I'm going to share with you three of the biggest mistakes that I made over the last 15 years as an online entrepreneur. Even if I've using those mistakes, I've made tens of millions of dollars for myself, multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses and brands. And I can tell you that if I focused on these three critical things, I probably would have been 10 times richer and wealthier than I am today. So I just want to lay that out for you. If you are feeling stuck in your business, if you're feeling like you're not achieving as much as you could, if you feel like you're getting left behind, if you feel like, man, I don't even know where to turn my attention and efforts on, I want to share with you three big mistakes that I made, so hopefully you don't make it. My name is Shakir Hussain, founder of Files.com. Let's get into it. So number one is authority-based marketing via YouTube videos. Okay, what do I mean by this? It's very simple. If you see all of the biggest influencers, creators, gurus, experts, thought leaders, whatever you want to call them, personal brands, people that are making money, the biggest money online, not everyone, but a huge amount of those people are getting there today because of their personal brand, because primarily of YouTube videos. And so if you see my first ever video I made back about 14 years ago when I was making $40,000 a month as a 21-year-old kid. Back then, we didn't even have Facebook, Instagram. I want to share with you the biggest mistakes that I made when it came to that, so that you can fast track your success, whatever your goals are. If you want to get more attention, you want to build your brand, you want to make money online, you want to sell digital programs and all sorts, this is advice that I wish I stuck to myself. So now, by the way, that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, is because I realized, hey, you know what? This was a big mistake. I never was consistent, because in that time we've had people, like my friends that have blown up to millions and millions of subscribers on YouTube. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's one avenue that I didn't go through. And I'm not going to say, hey, because I didn't go through that, I didn't build other businesses. I did. Those were primarily built on email marketing, getting subscribers, building a list, and so on. So the biggest mistake right now that I see most people making is that they think that there's too much competition. And listen, even if there is too much competition, your job is to come into a red bloody ocean and disrupt that market. Your job is to go where the money is. So if you see people that are making lots of YouTube videos, they're launching courses, they're launching software programs, everyone's launching AI. Listen, it's because that's where the money is. And one of the biggest things that has helped me grow businesses and make money is trend spotting. Okay, trust me, this is one of the biggest things that has helped me over the last 15 years. Being able to spot trends and see, okay, where are things going and how do I latch onto those? Like if you see right now what's hot, it's crypto, it's funnels, digital marketing, it's selling courses and consulting programs. What else? It's AI. I mean, that's the newest buzzword. So my team and we've already started developing AI solutions. We've started upgrading all of our content using AI. I've got a new software coming out very soon, closers.ai, hitting the marketplace very soon, so that we can automate one of the most manual labor-filled work, which is setting and closing. Imagine having your own closer that's basically an AI. Imagine how much money you could save, and also how much more money you could make if you have an AI closer that's closing deals for you, that's setting up appointments for you, that's you're qualifying leads. Imagine how much more money you could make. So I know that's a big trend for the next 3 to 5, even 10 years. And people that position themselves early and they're consistent and they start building, that's where the biggest money, the exponential gains come from. And so my first big mistake is I was not consistent. Okay. And consistency compounds. Very few people understand the power of compounding. I know, because even if I didn't do it on YouTube, I did it with my email list. I started getting my first 500 subscribers, then my first 5,000 subscribers, my first 10,000 subscribers. I was able to make my first $1 million at 23 years old. Then I started getting my first 100,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers. Then I started acquiring other people's businesses. Then I got to 1 million subscribers. And at the peak, it was around 1.5 million email subscribers. Until even today, that's probably where about 70-80% of most of the money that I generate comes, because I mastered this term of getting subscribers. And that medium was emails. And so now I'm looking at my business and I'm looking at everything and I'm like, hey, you know what, where I should put my focus on? And the biggest mistake, again, mistake number one that I made was not doubling down on YouTube. And so over the next 2025, 2026, 2027, next 3 years, my goal is to be absolutely consistent with minimum 2 times per week long form videos. So any video that's at least 7 to 10 minutes or longer, I classify as a long form. I'm going to be publishing them. By the way, if you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe, show your support. And from what I saw last time, it's something like 75.8% of you are not subscribed to this channel yet. So all I ask is please subscribe. So that way I know you guys are getting value. Share this with someone that you know they're making this mistake. They're not producing videos. They're not getting their business up and going. So here's basically what I'm doing for myself. Maybe you can do something with yourself too. I recently found 1, 2, maybe 4, 5 of my top high performing friends. All of them are either 7 or 8 figure entrepreneurs. And what I've done is I've bundled them up in a WhatsApp group and I said, hey, we're doing a 100-day challenge. And basically everyone here that's added, they've all had this, oh, I should have started YouTube 10 years ago. I should have started YouTube 5 years ago. I should have started YouTube 15 years ago. Okay, because we've been all, pretty much all 4 or 5 of us have been in the game for a number of years, over a decade. So why did I put everyone in a group? Simple. Accountability. How do you achieve things that you know you could achieve but you're not achieving right now? You need to be around people that are as hungry or more hungrier than you. You need to get around people that have the experience that maybe you don't have. You got to be around high energy, high producers. This way, what happens is your natural default and your identity shifts in becoming like them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? See, if you're a video guy and you're all alone making videos and editing videos, you're only going to be able to see stuff like this. But if you're around 5, 10 other video guys and experts, guess what will happen? One guy's going to tell you how to go viral. Another guy's going to teach you the art of writing hooks. The other guy's going to teach you about thumbnails. The other guy's going to teach you how to optimize your videos and do SEO. Does that make sense? So suddenly, within the same span, within that same time, whether it's a month, a year, 6 months, 5 years, whatever, you've now just gone like this. Whereas the guy that's working by himself, you know, all in his house, all alone, he's not growing much faster because the other person that has winners that surround them will always win. So keep this in mind next time you want to achieve something. And another lesson I found when it comes to accountability is you want to be around people that you don't want to let down. So I added in some of my best friends. I love these guys. And they live between London and Dubai and whatnot. And so although we're not in person, on WhatsApp, on a group chat, we can see who's performing, who's not. And so that also elevates all of us to play a bigger game. Is this good stuff, Mikey?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my first big mistake.
Looking down YouTube.
Huh?
Yeah, that was the first big mistake.
And by the way, you can actually follow me on how I'm crafting this. I've literally just spent probably the last, I don't know, 20, 25 hours with my teams on how to craft a content calendar. And as I'm going through this, if you guys want access to this, if you want to see how behind the scenes of how I'm doing this, just comment the word calendar. Actually, just comment the word, hold on. Just comment the word content. And what I'll do is I'll just send you a DM that has my entire content calendar and the scripts and stuff that I'm going to be using, and I'm planning ahead. So you can actually see the kind of stuff that I'm going to be publishing on this channel. So if you want my next 90-day blueprint on crafting content, then just comment the word content and I'll reach out to you and we'll basically get that going for you. Okay, free of charge, nothing to buy, so don't worry about it. So that's number one, big mistake. Now, when I look back at even let's just look at someone like Alex Hormozi or Stephen Bartlett or Iman Gadzi. These are three big creators. Why are they worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not very close to $1 billion or more? Like right now, Mr. Beast is basically a billionaire. What's the one commonality amongst all these 3, 4 gentlemen? Very simple. They got famous through video marketing. They got famous through getting the right attention. So some of the big misconceptions and beliefs people have is they think, it's too saturated, or, I don't know what to talk about. The reality is you only get good by doing the work. You don't get good by thinking and planning and procrastinating. You only get good by doing the work. So, for example, as I've started doing this series, I said to myself, rule of 100. I have to get 100 videos out on my YouTube channel, and my goal is very simple. Each video, just 1% better. So that might be at 1% on the title, 1% on the thumbnail, 1% on the content that I'm crafting, 1% on, I don't know, just something, maybe the sound quality, maybe a different camera, but whatever the case is, just 1% better on each video. For example, this video that I'm doing, there's been actually no script. Okay, I just said, hey, let me cover 3 big mistakes, because I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and so I'm just riffing through. By the way, if you find this valuable stuff, then subscribe. Hey, quick little reminder, if you're enjoying this video and maybe you're not at the 6-figure or the 7-figure or the 8-figure level yet, you want to just get to making your first $10,000, $20,000, even $30,000 a month as an expert, as a coach, as a consultant. You want to turn your expertise into an online empire where you can get paid based on selling courses, on coaching programs, on consulting offers to a high ticket audience. What does that mean? It basically means you want to be able to translate whatever you have in your head into selling for high priced products and services online. I'm hosting a 3-day summit, a virtual workshop where you and I are going to be able to talk. I'm going to walk you through the steps that's needed to make an extra $10,000 to $30,000 per month. Even if you're starting from scratch, you don't have an offer yet, you're not famous, or you don't have people that know, like, and trust you just yet. If you'd like to learn more, go ahead to 3daysummit.com or click the link in the description below. Join us for the workshop. I'll speak to you then. And you've heard of this, this quote that is basically, when was the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When is the next best time? Right now. So if you're watching this right now and you know that adding in videos, adding in long form is going to increase your business, is going to increase your retention of your customers, is going to increase the quality of customers that come through your doors, then make a commitment even for yourself and just start. Maybe start with 1 video a week or 1 video even a month if you've never made a YouTube video, but get into the habit of doing it. And the reason why you want to get into the habit of doing it, like I said, consistency compounds. You won't see the results. Like, I'm not expecting to see, 10,000 new subscribers coming in just from 1 video, but if I do the work every single day, every single week for the next 3 months, for the next 6 months, for the next 3 years, I'm pretty confident that the graph is going to go like this and the YouTube channel is going to be growing. Okay, so that was my first big mistake. Number 1, YouTube videos. Number 2, I remember going to Las Vegas when I was about 21, 22 years old. Not 21, because I was dead broke at 21. And I had just started making a little bit of money, but I was still, I was in lots of debt and whatnot. And I remember meeting this really wealthy millionaire dude. And he had said to me, he said, one of the fastest ways that you can become a millionaire is if you position yourself as an authority, which is writing. And I said, well, how am I going to do that? And I remember, like, we were walking next to one of these big hotels. I think it was like Bellagio or something, one of these hotels in Las Vegas. And what he said was, if you start writing books, you're going to be positioned as an authority. And what will happen is people will read your books and they will start building trust with you. And then they will get to know you, like, and trust you, and they'll find you. And a book is basically the modern day business card. And he said this to me like nearly now, like 15 years ago. Okay. And so as I was looking at my last 15 years and what are the things I know I should have done, but I didn't do. One was make a lot more YouTube videos, video content. Number 2 is writing books. Now, I did write Backpack Millionaire book, and if you haven't grabbed a copy of this, by the way, you can click on the link below or just go to bmbook.com, Backpack Millionaire, and you can grab a copy of this book, Backpack Millionaire. And I wrote this book, I guess, when I was around 26. No, actually, it says when I was 27 years old. I had built 7 different $1 million businesses. I had scaled to multiple 7 figures per year. I had done over $25 million in sales. And I crafted something called a 13-step formula on how to go from zero, quitting your job, to starting a business online and being able to work from anywhere, travel around the world, sell courses, coaching programs, consulting offers, mastermind events, retreats. And I basically documented my entire life journey. Now, the thing is, I never pushed this book at all. And so right now, if you want to grab a copy, backpackmillionaire.com, check it out down below. And again, why am I sharing writing books? Because when I look back at the last 15 years, the people that have written books, and really good books, I should clarify, you don't want to just snap something up from ChatGPT, because people are smart enough, they'll be able to look through it and say, hey, you know what, this is just written by an AI, or there's no substance to it. So one of the things I'd recommend you do is go and learn how to write books, and you can learn how to write books, whether it's using ChatGPT or anything. But learn how to write a good book that will stand the test of time, meaning that you take the lessons, the pain, the problems, the solutions that you've come across in your life, whatever it is that you're selling, and figure out, hey, what's the methodology, what's the frameworks that you can use, and you can package it up in a book and then give this book away, sell it on Amazon, or give it away on a funnel, or hand it out at live events and seminars and workshops, whatever the case is. Why is it important? Because books, even till now, is one of the fastest ways to claim your authority. Okay, and I'll give you a quick few ways that I'm writing a lot of books, because I feel like, hey, you know what? I didn't write, over the last 15 years, except for one or two. How do I now write one book per quarter? So at least 3 books this year. How do I get them out? And one of the fastest ways I'm going to do this, by the way, and you can do this if you're listening to me right now, is let's just say one of my books is going to be on recession millionaire, how I became a millionaire during the recession, because I believe in about maybe 12, 18 months, I don't know, maybe 2 years time, there's going to be a big recession that comes in, maybe 2026 or so. And I want to position my book in 12 to 18 months from now, where people, if they're struggling to, find a new job, if they're struggling to learn how to make money online selling digital courses and programs, if they're struggling with digital marketing and sales funnels and social media efforts, if they pick up my book called, say, Recession Millionaire, can they get a step-by-step blueprint? Yes, that's what I'm going to be writing. And then I thought, oh, this would be really cool, because when I got started back in 2009, 2010, this was during the Great Recession. Okay, everyone remembers Lehman Brothers Bank got collapsed. So many worldly things happened, and this big recession caused so much distress all over the world. Now, that was also the time I started my internet business. And I remember, like, my friends and family was like, what are you doing? You dropped out of university in my final year. I was studying finance, money, and banking. I thought I was going to get into investment banking. Little did I know I was going to become a digital marketer, and I was going to be selling digital products and services. And I remember I met this millionaire called Michael from Miami, and he had said to me, this is the best time to get rich. This is the best time to start a business during this. And I don't even know if that was a sales pitch or not, but I remember taking that so seriously and thinking, this is the best time. It's during the recession. People are scared. I got to learn new skills, and I got to start adapting. And so for me, when I started as well, there was, a handful of my friends, they also started. Now, some of them, they kind of, dropped off and they never pursued internet marketing. But a handful of them that I'm still friends 10, 15 years later now, they've also made 7 figures and even 8 figures, and some of them even 9 figures and beyond. Okay, what I can do is get 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 of them, or even 10 of them, and just do a simple little podcast for like 30 to 60 minutes. And then get the information out of them, ask them really valuable questions, and then once they give me the answers on a video podcast, I'll publish the video here on my YouTube channel, I can then turn those transcripts, put it into a book, and now I have a new book. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm just giving you a real life actionable plan on how to write a book. Okay, so that's one way. You can also write, pick 10 different topics and chapters of your life and put that into ChatGPT and ask for it to give you a outline to write a book for you. Another reason why I'm recommending writing a book is if you see, let's just say a few people that I talked about. Alex Hormozi, a huge YouTube channel with books. Russell Brunson, YouTube channel, lots of books. Stephen Bartlett, 10 million subscribers on YouTube, literally interviewing other people. Most people don't even know what he does. Okay, he actually comes to my local gym. I didn't even know what he actually does for a very long time. I thought he's just a podcaster. Now I realize, okay, he's got this media channels and he does lots of investing and whatnot. Another commonality, YouTube channel with books. So if you look at some of the biggest entrepreneurs that you follow, they've got books that they can help people in person, okay? And then they also have YouTube channel, video, and this is one to many, okay? One to many is the key. What does that mean? It means that when you're trying to attain wealth in your life, you want to stop working one-to-one and you want to start shifting one to many. This is where the leverage comes from. So for example, one to many is if I have a WhatsApp group with 500 members that are all customers, I can send one message and now 500 people listen to it. Does that make sense? I can do a virtual summit and have 100 or 500, even 1,000 people register for these events. That's me doing the work once and speaking to massive amounts of people. If I'm making a YouTube video and this video gets 100 views, 1,000 views, 10,000 views, well, guess what? That's, even if let's just say you got 100 views, that's 100 real people watching that video. This is one too many. In your life, one of the fastest ways to create wealth is to snap yourself out from doing one-to-one work and scale yourself through multiplying yourself through one to many. Writing books, writing VSLs, creating webinars, creating products, digital products and services. Like right now, this morning I was in the gym and one of the clients wanted to buy one of my programs. It's 18K. It's a done-for-you funnels agency type program. And this program I created way before, just before COVID. So let's just say 2018, 2019. Okay, 2020 was COVID. So that's over 5+ years ago. I created it once. Now I'm able to sell it every single day, like clockwork. Think about how much freedom, flexibility, and power that will give you in your life. My mastermind program, Chic Mastermind, Shakir Hussein's Inner Circle Mastermind. It's my 8-figure mentorship program. I'm not pitching you, by the way. It's a super expensive program. 99% of people watching these videos, you're not going to be qualified for it. And it's okay. But I created that program when I was around 24, 25 years old. That's over a decade ago. Till today, I still use that program. I still sell that program. Okay, I've had hundreds of people buy that program. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is having a book, having a YouTube video. These are two things that you can do right now that I made big mistakes on, that looking back now, if someone was starting out and they want to make the first 5K, 10K, 20K, 50K a month or 100K a month, I'd say, hey, start off with making YouTube videos and then writing books. Okay, and third one is a little bit more on the advanced side. And this is basically launching a SaaS. SaaS stands for Software as a Service. Okay, now because of AI, it's becoming so much easier to launch softwares. Okay, like I have a software right now, we charge $147 a month to $297 a month, and it's for business owners, when they want to automate their social media posting and have their funnels all in one. And although that's a great software, it's like an all-in-one bundle. I wanted to have something very specific to one specific niche customer, which is business owners that are making, let's just say, 6 figures to 7 figures already, and they wanted to replace their setters and closers. So having my new software called Closers.io, having my new software called Closers.ai, that's good. By the way, it's not live yet, but that's something that I'm building, and hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months, it should be ready and should be launched. And then my goal is, how do I get my first 1,000 recurring customers? Now I look back at 15 years ago, some of my mentors, they told me to do this. They said, make YouTube videos because YouTube is going to replace TV. And today, most people, even myself, I don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in the last 15, 16 years. So where am I spending my time? On YouTube, watching videos. So creating YouTube videos, writing books, and 3, having a software. I do think to myself, hey, if I started a software business 10, 15 years ago, where would I be today? And I would definitely have a 9-figure business, which I don't have yet. Okay, but I would definitely have a 9-figure business. I've seen people in my industry, for example, Alex Becker with Hyros, Russell Brunson with ClickFunnels. I was actually one of the first ever affiliates to help Russell sell ClickFunnels to the marketplace. Okay, they're literally the first week he launched. And so I've seen multiple of these software companies grow to 9 figures, even $1 billion valuations and more. And I'm like, those are 3 things that my mentors told me. Publish YouTube videos, write books, launch your own software. So now those are the 3 things that I want to focus on for the next 3 to 5 years. If you got value from this video, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. By the way, if you just joined us, once a month I do a virtual 3-day workshop on 3daysummit.com. It's all about how to go from one-to-one selling to one-to-many. How do you scale up your business? How do you start installing different sales systems so that people can come to you instead of you chasing them? If you like the idea of that and you want to go deeper with me, 3daysummit.com, click the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.